What is hatching, Tug Peeps? OldManTup coming at you today with our Week 11 match team builder for Season 4 of the NPA. And if you missed last week's upload, that's because I didn't get it uploaded on time. We had a slight miscommunication with some of the things, but go back and check. It was uploaded. So please check that week's out before this one so you have a little bit of an idea what's going on. Don't want to spoil the match for you in the event you haven't watched Leo's side of it already. So, fair warning from this point on, spoilers of last week will be evident. So starting off, we are coming into this week a 6-4? Yeah, 'cause this is week 11. We are 6-4. And this is a division matchup as we are winding down the playoff race. We are still in contention. And I'm pretty sure winning out guarantees us getting into the playoffs. I'm not as familiar with the NPA's order of what gets you into the playoffs, but this being a division matchup, we've already lost 2 of our division matchups versus the Chicago Cubchew and the Minnesota Vikavolt. And we've won, we've won 1 so far versus the Montreal 2 Canadians. So we really need to, our last 2 matchups are division matchups being against the Seattle Seakings, Seattle Seakings and the South Texas Sableyes next week. This week we are focusing on Jodor, one of the head honcho founder-ish admin type people of the NPA. So he's been around the block quite a few times in the NPA, not to be scoffed at. So let's take a look at his team as what we have to build against. He has the ever-dangerous Curum Black, the Big Mama Nidoqueen, Rotom Heat, Jellicent, Archeops, Regice, Mega Medicham, one of my favorite non-competitive Megas. Just love. I mean, Medicham was one of my favorite Pokemon in Gen 3 playing through Emerald. Kartana, for those of you who aren't familiar with my United Association of Peanut Butter Battlers matches, Kartana was on my last season team, and we were just rickrolling people with that thing. So I know how dangerous this can be. He has Comfy, which is, as we've experienced playing Cooper, Comfy is not anything to be scoffed at either. Baratic and Kangaskhan. Big Mama. So that's something we got to be mindful of. He has a bunch of threats on his team, but we also have some good stuff on our team that really plays well against it. So let's take a look at what we are bringing against Jodor. We're going to be bringing Zygarde yet again. I think Zygarde is the only Pokemon that we've brought every single week thus far. Yeah, it is. Just checked. So, awesome. It was our first round draft pick, so I mean, it was pretty much a no-brainer bringing it every single week. This week, we are running a set that I have been waiting to use for such a long time. It is the Sub DD set with Thousand Arrows and Earthquake. He has nothing that really wants to say, hey, oh, hi, how's it going? Have a nice day. I mean, nothing. I mean, he has Levitators with Rotom H, but, you know, Thousand Arrows, bada boom. Archeops, hey, guess what? Thousand Arrows. And, I mean, his grass type is Kartana, so the steel type makes it neutral. So, I mean, Thousand Arrows, Earthquake combo just rolls over this team. Dragonance to get speed on some things. The fastest thing on his team is Archeops at 110. After that is Kartana at 109. This Kartana, again, not something we want to take lightly, because once it gets 1 kill, it pretty much just runs through teams after that. Because after that Beast Boost and you get +1 attack, GG, no re, good night, sweet prince. So, yeah. Max speed, max attack, with a little bit in the defense. The reason we went max speed, max attack is because he has Kieran Black, which has the exact same base speed. So we need to be as fast as a non-scarfed Kieran Black, because that thing is the spook. Alright, next we have Baron Corbin, the Lucario, Life Orb, Swords Dance, double physical stab with close combat. May change close combat to Crunch just because he has Jellicent, my all-time favorite Pringles can Requiem. Those of you who know my runs in the GBA, Requiem, the pink Jellicent, one of my all-time favorite mons in draft format. So yeah, I actually asked him a couple times before the match started if he was going to be bringing it, even though I'm not that guy who's trying to get clues on the team. But I prefaced it, hey, let me know if you're bringing Jellicent so I can prepare myself for having to feign it, because he's my boy. So yeah, maybe bringing Crunch instead of close combat. We do have other things on this team that deal well enough with Jellicent that I don't think it's going to be that big of an issue. But again, maybe end of game prep. The Swords Dance double priority combo was cooked up by the team of Bill Standish and Trogdor, Burnator of the Peasants, in the front office. So this is going to be hopefully a shining gem and probably a late game cleaner, or you know, we get a Swords Dance up and just roll through his team, which would also be wonderful. Max speed, max attack. Max speed because we have to be faster than Rotom 8. Well, we don't have to be, but if we want to hit it with close combat, a non-scarf Rotom H, we need to be able to beat that. And everything else on his team, he does have Kangaskhan, which is base 90 speed, which is interesting. You don't think about that thing being as fast as Fat. So that's what we got. Next, bringing out one of the team MVPs in Poseidon, who getting a surprising amount of kills for what most people consider a wall. Running the mixed defenses this week. Leftovers Defiant. Thought about running either the Ground Berry or the Electric Berry. I forget which one was recommended in the front office, but I went with Leftovers this week. Hopefully that won't come back to bite us in the bud. Yep, nip us in the bud. Bite us in the butt. Whatever. But yeah, we have Defiant because he will probably want to defog things, and we are running physical attacks this week, so Defiant, and we don't have a water type move, so there was no point in bringing Torrent. So Defiant was just the move to bring. He doesn't have Intimidators, so that won't give us an instant anything, but maybe we'll catch him on something. Running an interesting set this week, and this is almost purely the genius of Mr. Bill Standish, because we went back and forth a little bit over this set, and he assured me that this set was the key to victory. So no pressure, Bill, but if this is not the key to victory, you and I might come to fisticuffs. But we got the Stealth Rock, Steel Wing, Toxic, and Defog. Defog, just keep rocks away because two of our last mons don't like the rocks whatsoever, and it really makes them less effective. But if we can get him to defog, that won't be an issue either. But it was better to have defog than roar. His setup potential wasn't as scary as our need to get rid of the rocks is, if that makes sense. So yeah, max HP, careful nature, because again, we are physically offensive. Well, we have physical attack, not physically offensive. Mixed defenses, a little bit more overall in special defense than defense, so we can stand up to the things. And I do not have Discord open to say what the things were we prepped against. Sadness. I think pretty much everything but Nidoqueen and Rotom H. We didn't want to be taking super electric attacks. I think Fusion Bolt, I want to say this was just enough to survive one fusion bolt at full health. I could be mistaken. I apologize. Like I said, don't have that window open right now. Sadness. But that is Poseidon this week. Next, we are going to be bringing in Jello Jiggler Flubber. Interesting set this week. Another specialty coming straight out of the kitchens of the front office. Rocky Helmet, Magic Guard, Double Dance with Acid Armor and Calm Mind with the Psyshock. He has no Dark type, and his only real resist is Kartana. So, not exclusively worried about that problem at this point. So, I mean, if he doesn't bring Kartana, he doesn't have a Psyshock switch in, which is just awesome. So that is why we're doing that. Double Dance so we can Calm Mind, Psyshock, Psyshock's the attack. Again, mixed defenses so we can take on the likes of Nidoqueen, Rotom H, Jellicent, Archeop. I mean, pretty much everything. Being able to take one hit, set up something to put us in a point where we can take one more and or recover. So that is the idea of this set. More into the defense and the special defense, because this thing takes the special defense hits a lot better than it does the physical attacks. Plus we just set up that acid armor and then we're just GG. Rocky Helmet to get some of the things that obviously would be physically attacking us. Mainly Medicham. This thing comes in and pretty much just hard checks Medicham, even with its awesome ability. This thing poops all over Kartana outside of a super X Scissor, which I'm pretty sure Kartana gets. But yeah, that's what we got here with Reuniclus. Once his team is whittled down, I mean, Psyshocks just decimate this team. So that's awesome. Next, we're going to be bringing out Big Burb. And this is another interesting, unique, delicious set. I mean, the front office was really firing on all cylinders this week to put up some of this prep. And we'll explain why you're going to see a chillin' like a villain berry. This is Big Burb, Zapdos with the static ability because it is good, and that yellow magic has been so good to us this season. Rockin' Thunderbolt, Heat Wave, Hidden Power, Ice, and Roost, and we made sure we had the appropriate EVs this week, which was excellent. Because, you know, those 2 weeks in a row, we had sadness and bad times. But we are running Timid, Max Special Attack, Max Speed, Zapdos, and what on his team? We have Mega Medicham. That was the only reason we ran Max Speed this week, because we have to be as fast as a Max Speed Mega Medicham, because that thing just lays booms. So, that's what we got. We got the Chillon Berry, and I didn't know what it was until they were telling me about it in the front office, so we'll pull up what it is. It halves damage taken from normal type attacks, not super effective normal type attacks, from normal type attacks. Now, this came from the inspiration that Bill Standish had when he had Kartana and needed to be able to take down a Zapdos. He relied on Normalium Z Giga Impact, and that was how Kartana was able to pretty much wipe a team that had Zapdos, which Zapdos was intended to be the hard counter to. That is why we have this. The Chillon Berry makes it much more survivable for us to be able to take the Z Giga Impact from Kartana. So that's awesome. Plus, in the event he doesn't bring something that we're thinking of, possible fake outs from Mega Medicham, any physical attack probably from Kangaskhan. But yeah, that's what we got. The Chillon Berry this week. And last but not least, we are moving on to the glorious one, Bobby Beedrill Rude. Beedrillite, Adaptability, U-Turn, Poison Jab, Drill Run, and Knockoff. This just pretty much across the board hits his team right in the breadbasket. So, I mean, what U-turn doesn't hit, the combination of the other 3 moves does. But, yeah. This outspeeds everything on his team by a country mile, which is why we don't have to use, which is why we have the ability to go with the Adamant Nature, as well as only investing 116 EVs in speed to be able to outpace Archeops. So that's awesome. Fairly straightforward set, something that we've used the likes of before, and this just punches huge holes through his team. Jellicent, I think even max defense, Colberberry Jellicent still takes 50% or about 50% damage from this knockoff. So, I mean, pretty much guaranteed 2-hit KO if we catch it on the switch in, which is just excellent. So, that's what we got. So, alright guys, this has been OldManTup. This has been our Week 11 team builder for Jodor and the Seattle Seakings. Let me know what you think down below in the comment section, and we will see you later for the match. Peace.